Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and I'm going to show you a really simple and fun project featuring the baby wipe technique. You may have seen something like this before, but I think my version is just a little different. It's fun. So many things you can do with this. I'm going to show you a couple of things actually, but my card I think is super cute and I've got a couple versions of it. So we're going to start out by just pulling out a baby wipe. Now I am pretty well removed from my baby wipe days, but I still find them to be handy to have in my craft room. So I've got just a regular old baby wipe here. I'm going to take, this is a clear envelope. We actually sell these in the catalog. I'll link them in the description of this video for you. But I want to put it on a piece of plastic just so it doesn't seep through onto my work surface and leave ink behind, because that would not be good. And you can choose a variety of colors for this. I recommend, I'll give you a couple of options, but there's lots of options that you can really use. I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist, some Daffodil Delight, and maybe a little Petal Pink in here. And we'll take a look and see how that goes. So I'm just going to kind of add a few dots, or I should say drips, of these colors. Now I'm probably going to keep the green away from the pink. I don't know that those will necessarily look so hot together, but we'll see what we've got here. And you can see the colors are going to kind of bleed together. Maybe I'll throw one more yellow drop right there. They're kind of bleeding together. They don't have to be perfect. Now, one thing you can do with your wet or your baby wipe is take like a solid stamp. This is from the Be My Valentine stamp set, and I could kind of use this as an ink pad and then stamp this down. You know, you could do something with this if you wanted. But instead of that, I'm going to take my scrap here. I'm going to fold this up, maybe like this. And then I'm going to just brush kind of a swirl of color. And you can go over it a couple times if you want. But now I just have kind of a swoosh of color on my piece of cardstock. And I went a little off my edge. So, hey, my baby wipe will clean up things just as much as it'll ink things. So that's good. All right. Now what I want to do with this is give it a second to dry, and then we're going to stamp over this. Okay, my panel is nice and dry. I'm going to use some Stays On black ink for this next step. And you could use Memento, but I love how opaquely black the ink is. And I'm just going to take and stamp a couple of the flowers from the Be My Valentine stamp set, because this set can certainly be used for more than just Valentine's cards. So we've got our two stems on here, and then we'll stamp a couple of flowers. And I think this is just super cute. Adds a fun little touch. And then I'm going to take my sentiment, also from this stamp set, and add it right here. Okay. Now I love the look of the black silhouettes against the colored background. I'm going to kick it up one more notch by spritzing this with my marker. So I'm just going to put the brush end of my marker into the tip and flick. And then that gives me a wonderful spritz in the background. Now I want to layer this up, and I'm just going to clean, because that spritzing does leave, sometimes it goes beyond your your paper. But I want to adhere this to a card base. So I'm going to use a Daffodil Delight card base for my card. We'll give that a good crease with my bone folder. And then I'm going to adhere this to a 3 by 3 3/4 inch panel of Lemon Lime Twist. And my original white panel, by the way, because I'm sure you'll wonder, is 4 by 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so this is kind of a funky background or layer because it's not your typical goes all the way around layer, but I kind of like it because it's just a little different. So I'll just adhere it like so, and then I'm going to pop this up onto my card. But I'm going to put it over, we used the black speckle on here, and I thought it would be really fun to put a piece of black speckly designer series paper. Now this is from the Rock and Roll DSP pack from the mini catalog, and there's really wonderful black and white patterns on the back sides of each of these kind of rock and roll patterns. So I'm just gonna put this panel across and we'll just trim the excess off. And then we'll pop this up over the top. Now, one of the things you could do is add a little twine, like baker's twine or linen thread to this, or you can leave it as is. Whatever you want. I think I'm going to add a little bit of twine to this. I'm going to do that before I tie this down. Okay, so from my Essentials Baker's Twine pack, I'm just going to take some of the black and I'm going to add this kind of right at the bottom of this panel. And since I kind of did this the wrong way, meaning I am tying this on after I did my adhesive, just make sure we've got enough to tie a bow. And I'm going to just tack it down onto my card because it's a little easier to tie once it's down. You can do yours the easier way, which would be tying this on before putting your adhesive on. But I like running it through my dimensionals because then that holds the ribbon on, especially because or the twine, I should say, because it's at the very bottom edge of this panel. But this is all kind of held in place with those dimensionals, so not a problem. Okay, and last but not least, we need a little shimmer. So I'm going to take my iridescent rhinestones, one of my favorite embellishments, and let's just put some of those on here to brighten this up, and then that'll kind of cover that little spot in the center there. And I'll put one right there, and there we go. Isn't that cute? Now, I did this in another color. For this one, I used, let's see, I used Balmy Blue, Azure Afternoon, and Coastal Cabana. So I'll put all of the colors that I used on both of these projects linked in the description of this video. They're also on my blog, which will be linked as well for you. So I hope you loved this project. Of course, I hope that if you are inspired to create this one, you will shop my online store for any supplies you might need. The link is in the description of this video. And of course, I have fantastic customer rewards when you shop through my online store with the Creativity Cave and Dina Rico. I would really appreciate your business. It helps me continue to bring awesome videos just like this one to you each week. So if you could give me the thumbs up, that would rock. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There should be a little button in the corner there. And we will see you again soon. Happy stamping, my friends. Bye.